Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a fascinating idea here from Half-Baked Lunatic based on the occasional confusion that arises when a V appears in a puzzle about whether it might be a V or alternatively an inequality sign showing that one cell is greater than another. So Half-Baked Lunatic has based a whole puzzle on that uncertainty, and I'm looking forward to giving it a go. But first, don't forget, there's still a bit of time to have a go at the CTC Snake Egg Collection, which is our May monthly reward by Glum Hippo. That is excellent. Thank you very much also to those who had a go at Catherine Bonnett's survey that we mentioned a couple of days ago in a video, and she got plenty of replies to help with her thesis. That's really kind of you. I should have mentioned there's plenty of other stuff on Patreon, including Simon's Solve of Bug Bite at the moment. Thank you to anyone who joined our stream yesterday. That was fun as always. The sumgens and diagrams stuff going on there. Check it out. What else is going on around the channel? I mean, you can look on the links under the video for all our books, Discord, all our apps. They are brilliant. Loads of Domino sudoku like today's, and of course Sven Sudoku Pad and our merch like this wonderful mug, Cracking the Cryptic. That's the sort of thing you need. Now, what do we need to do in this puzzle? Let's do the rules. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. We're going to try and put 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. That's what we do most days. Now, V can either be an inequality. The arrow points to the smaller digit, so that would be higher than that. Or 2 digits sum to 5. These two. So look at these, orange and yellow. Basically, they either sum to 5 or orange is greater than yellow. That's what that sign is meaning. It could be both. So you could have 4 above a 1, I suppose. If the 2 digits do sum to 5, the V can be in any orientation. So that pair could sum to 5 or that pair. And it doesn't necessarily, in that case, indicate greater than or less than, obviously. There's a knight's move restriction, so I have to get out Knighty McKnightface to remind me of what's going on. Digits mustn't repeat in cells that are a knight's move apart, so those two can't be the same, and those two can't be the same, for instance. Digits in a cage must sum to the number printed in its corner. We can't see any numbers in cages, and we can only see the beginnings of 2 separate cages here, so that's to be revealed by the fog. And then the final rule is that entering a correct digit will clear the fog from around that cell, which is good news. That's what we want to happen when we solve the puzzle. But I don't know what on earth this puzzle is going to involve doing, so give it a try on the link under the video. You could check my video length to see how hard I found it. Not always a guide, because sometimes I have to go back and unwind mistakes. I hope I'm not giving a hostage to fortune there, but let's restart and let's get cracking. So, where do we begin? Whoa, we've got an interesting little wheel arrangement here. Well, what's going on there? Okay, what's going on there is they're not all inequality signs. I had expected most of these markings in the grid to be inequality signs, but they're certainly not all there, or you'd have this Escher staircase issue, just like in the puzzle the other day, where we would be going down, 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 and down again back to the original digit. That's clearly impossible. So at least one of these is a V marking for 5. Oh, and maybe, well, I was just thinking about this one. It could actually be 4, 1, 4, 1. Like, they could all be V's, which is weird but possible. But we've got one in a cage, held within a box here. Oh, look, they're all over the place. Okay, I am going to enable the pen tool, and I am going to draw a square around that wheel and this wheel, well, and this one, which goes the other way round, and this one, which is also anti-clockwise, in terms of going down. Now, this is not a wheel because the two vertical arrows point up for, well, you know what I mean by pointing there, pointing at the lower digit. If I understand, if they are 5 clues. No, if they are inequality clues. But the point about these ones that I've put the lines on is they must have a 1 to 5 clue. Something in my brain is saying that they are the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, at least in the 3 cases of the ones. Yeah, I mean, if you did put, say, a 4 in them, then the digit it would join to, looking at the lower, say you put a 4, well no, let's say you put a 4 here, let's just keep away from stuff like fog. That digit would now have to be 3, 2 or 1 if it was an inequality sign, or 1 if it was a V sign. So once you have a lower digit in these, yeah, no, okay, it's much simpler. It's much simpler than I'm talking about. Right, if you had a 5 here, what could this possibly be? That's the point. If you had any digit over 4, the cell in the digit in the cell that is either higher or makes a 5 pair is impossible to fill. It's not impossible to fill because it could be a 6. But this problem is going to continue. Say you had a 6 there and a 7 there. This would be 8 or 9, but that just breaks. So once you have a high digit, by which I mean anything over 4, these wheels all break. So I'm not sure about this one, but these ones must all be 1, 2, 3, 4. They must be. I can colour them blue. And that's quite good because I haven't thought hard enough about this, but it straddles boxes, and that's important. But these blues mean that the other cells in their cage, in their boxes, can be coloured orange because they are from 5 to 9. That's what orange is going to mean for me today, or until I abandon this colour scheme anyway. Now, you know, it's still true. You can't put a 5 onto this. So they're all low digits. Now, they don't have to be a set of 1, 2, 3, 4. As we saw earlier, they could be repeating pairs that add to 5. There might even be a version where you could have 1 repeating digit. I'm not sure. I haven't thought that through. But what I can now see is column 6 has 4 blues. Row 2 has 4 blues. And we can colour the rest of those. We virtually... Oh, look, this row has 4 blues. We've virtually got half the grid coloured already, which, I mean, okay, it may not be a huge advance, especially in terms of numbers, but it's interesting. Now, not forgetting Nighty McNightface and the Knight's Move restriction, because that must play between this 2x2 and this one. Okay, I'm going to start colouring these digits. I don't know whether this is 1, 2, 3 or 4. But let's call it green, blue. That now can't sit in either of those 3 cells. So it must sit there in the box. And whatever this one is, let's make that yellow. That can't sit in those. So that's there. And then we can divide these others up as well. Let's make that purple. That must be purple. We'll make this red, and that must be red. I'm trying to avoid blue and orange in my colour scheme of blues. So we get those coloured. Right, can we carry this on at all? Probably not. Here's a thought. This cell is less than that, or adds up to 5 with it. So that is blue as well. There's another one of those. Now, we know what colour this is, because it's seen by those 2 and that on the Knight's Move. So that's green. This, we haven't got this coloured. Okay. Now, these 2 are yellow and purple in some order. No, these could definitely be a yellow-purple pair or a green-red pair. I don't know if they could be one of each. Is that worth thinking about? I'm going to think about it just in case it matters. I don't know. If that was 3 and that was 3, this could be 2 and satisfy both of them. Oh, but then this would have to be 2 to satisfy both of them. Yeah, I think this pair is either yellow and purple or green and red, and nothing else will do. Now, I'm not really getting very far. Just as we said, if it's lower than blue, it's blue. If it's higher than orange, it's orange. Oh, does that not happen anywhere? I can't believe that. That's so unfair. No, but it doesn't happen anywhere. But look at this pair. This one can't be blue because that would have to be blue, and that would be 5 blues in the column. So that's orange. And now this is higher than orange. Perfect. So that's orange. Now we've got 2 blues and an orange to put in here. This one must be blue because at least 1 blue is on this pair. And if there was a blue here, that would be blue. So that is blue. Now, do we know its colour? It's not green and it's not purple. It's yellow or red. That's weird. And that doesn't decide what this pair is, even though we know something about the nature of that pair. So I just need to do a bit more work somewhere, get some more colouring done. Yeah, I need to use this principle. Oh, look, there's a pair there as well. So that can't be blue, or that would be blue. So this one's orange. Just a little V poking out from the fog. There must be more I can do, like here in this column. What's going on here? Right. Oh no, I was going to say, oh, I don't know. Oh, this row. Right, that can't be blue. Because both of those would have to be blue, and that would be 5 blue. So that's orange, and is the 5th orange in the row. And these two are now blue. And now I've got 4 blue in column 1, so everything else is orange. Now I've got 5 orange in box 7, so those two are blue. And they are green and purple, and we know the order by Knight's move from row 8, column 5. Thank you, Nighty McKnightface. These two are yellow and red. I don't know the order. Maybe these are always in the same order as you go round. Oh, but I don't know what any of these are, so that doesn't matter yet. But that is going to be the same as that, so it's not purple. In fact, now we've got that as purple. Purple's in one of those 2 cells. Now, I need to do more. Now, this row has got interesting because there's a long string of V's going along it. Now, let's start with that can't be orange, or all of those would be orange, and that would be way too many oranges. I think that's probably going to apply here. If that was orange, that would be orange, and that would be orange, and that's still 6 oranges in the row. So that's blue. That's less than a blue, so it's blue. That's less than a blue, so it's blue. Oh, that's a nice little flood of action. This must be orange, because if it was blue, that would be a 5th blue in the row. Now oh no, I thought I had 5 oranges in this column. I do not. I don't know. Is that blue or is it orange? This is bigger than... I don't actually know any real digit relationships between any of the blues for all that I've got these wheels fully coloured. That's a bit frustrating actually, but there we go. Play the cards you're dealt. Ah, green, green. One of these is now green. And by the work I did earlier, I think I'm convinced that this is a green-red pair. Let's just imagine that this was green purple. Yeah, you'd have the same problem that I was looking at. If they were both the same digit, let's say they were 4s. No, you couldn't. You could only have 2 1s there. As soon as there's a new digit here that isn't there, this is a set of all 4. Because otherwise it will be broken somewhere on the wheel. I'm convinced that's true now. I sometimes take a bit of convincing myself about things. So that's a green-red pair. So this can't be red, so it must be yellow. And that is green. So where's purple? It's not in any of those cells. Or where's red? Which can't be in those cells. And there's a red in one of those two, so that's red. So it's also blue and completes the 4 for the column and the 4 for its row. They've all gone orange. This column has 5 orange, so that's blue. One of these is orange and one blue. Same here. And therefore, the orange must be in the higher cell. They've obviously not got a 5 relationship. Good. Now, not many cells left to colour. The fog rather messes things up because I can't quite see where we have cells to colour left. But maybe sudoku now. So one of these two is yellow because of that yellow. And one of those is yellow, and that doesn't get anything done. There must be some more. I don't know whether it's sudoku or colouring next. Oh, this one it's grey, isn't it? So it's the last one in it. No, it's orange. It is orange. I haven't coloured it orange. And it makes up 5 oranges in the column. That was huge. So that's blue. That's the 4th blue in its row. They're orange. This is the last one in its box. It's orange. This is the last one in its box. It's blue. And the count seems to be right everywhere. Now, we've got 5 orange in this column and in box 3. So they're both blue. And then one each of these, one each of these, and it must be orange being higher than blue. So we've finished the colouring of orangeness and blueness, and that's lovely. Now we can keep going with the actual colours within blue, presumably. We've got red, yellow and green here, so that's purple. This pair is yellow and purple in some order. Now, these are yellow and red in some order. Do we know which? I don't think so. These are green and red. Do they see? Yeah, they both see that cell. Oh, look at that. That's lovely. Green and red both see that cell, which is already seen by yellow. So that's purple. Do I not get any more out of that? How annoying. That was a lovely spot. Yellow and red here. Purple is there. One of these two is purple. You knew that. I knew that. I didn't know I knew that, but I did know it. Okay, I don't think I can do the rest. Once I get that, I know it's there. That's weird. I might have to come back to that, and I might... The trouble is, I was going to now think about starting to identify the oranges, or sort of colour them, but I don't want to use colours, so I'm going to try and use letters. So, here we go. And now, I thought I'd seen something where I could use one. Now I'm not sure. Yes, this letter, A, can't be in any of those cells. So the orange cell that's A in box 7 is there, and that makes the orange cell that's A in box 9 there. That sees both of these, and indeed that one. So A is in one of those two, and one of those 3. A also sees those 2 cells by knight's move. And those, yes, those two from there and that one from there. So A's in one of these two. One of these three again. That's annoying. But that's an X-wing on A's. So the only place for A in row 6 is definitely here, I think. It is. It is for, I mean, a bunch of weird reasons. That one's in the same column. That one as an A. That one sees that by knight's move. And both of those see that by knight's move. So that's A. And that doesn't clear up. It does put A in one of those two cells. That's huge. Because that keeps A out of both of these. This is one of these knight's move funky stuff. Where whether A is there or there, it can't be in either of these, because if it's there, it sees that by knight's move and that horizontally, and vice versa if it's there. So anyway, they can't have an A, and this is a definite A now. And that means this is not an A, and that's not an A on the knight's move, and nor's that. So these two are A's. And that one now isn't. And that one is, and that sorts out this one, which was done on the horizontal anyway. So we've got all our A's. Well, that was successful. Let's try a B. Where do we try it? I'm starting here, even though it's kind of marooned at the bottom of the grid. If that's B, that's B, that's B. I feel like I'm saying the Great Gatsby. B is in one of those two now. And therefore it's in one of those two, because we've got a B in one of those two and a B there and a B in our bonnet. Those two both see that cell, which can't be B, and that one can't. So B's now in one of those two in box 5. Those two both see that, which already couldn't be B. It kind of petered out. B wasn't the right choice. Bother. Oh, but have I got a relationship between A and B anywhere? No. It must be an inequality relationship if I ever find one. Because no orange cell can have a V relationship with any other cell of any kind. Anyway, we need to do something, but right. This sees all of those cells. So I'm calling that C, and that must be C now, because that was A. And that's C at the bottom. That can't be C. And that one sees both of those two. So C is placed in box 5, and then it's in one of these two cells, which doesn't help much. This C, that sees all of those three. So C's placed in box 2. This is a little bit easier than I was expecting. We get a C in one of those two, C in one of those two, I think. The trouble is C in one of those 3. But if I make this D, I'm going to do that. This is E to complete the set of digits in box 9, and this is E to complete the set of digits in letters, they are, in column 7. And these are now a BD pair. E, one of these is E. Come on, keep going. I may have made a bad selection. One of those is E, so that is B or D. They don't both see. This is C, D, E. Bother. I may have made a bad choice of where to... Oh, no, hang on. No, I did make a bad choice of where to pick up on D and E, didn't I? Well, hang on. E is there, so E's in one of those two cells. That's quite interesting, because they both see this cell. So E is now in one of these two. There's nowhere else they both see. I messed this up a little bit. It was going nicely, and then I fouled it up. Do I unwind back to where I started D and E? I'm going to. It may be that I haven't made enough deductions about A, B, and C. Oh, maybe there's a relationship been formed somewhere. I don't think there are any definite ones yet. That's almost certainly deliberate by a half-baked lunatic. Oh no, hang on. Let's go forward from where I was. Look, I hadn't spotted this. Right, that D cell sees that cell. And C is confined to those, and that can't be D either, so that's E. That's quite good. Now I can remove E from those two, and that I can remove it from there and definitely put it in here. And then that must be E in column 4, and that's, yeah, this is great. I was fine, I just didn't trust myself. There's a lesson there somewhere. One of those two is E, so there are now a CE pair. That and that are a BD pair. This and this are a BD pair. There's BD pairs offset everywhere. Yeah, look, there really are. Those two, those two, those two. How are these going to get unwound? We don't know yet. We will find out somehow. Now, this is a BD pair as well. Good Lord. They really are everywhere. This is a CD pair, though. Oh, no, it's not. We've got a C there. That sorts it all out. D and C. Come on, this D. Why aren't you doing anything? You're stopping that being a D. That's quite interesting, because that determines where D is in column 2. It's up here. And this now is a BC pair. This one is C or E. This sees B, A, and C. It sees C. That's really good. That means there's only one place for C in column 3, and that's up here. So that fixes B and C there. And now this B is going to deal with our BDs, I hope. It deals with that pair. I got that wrong. That's a B. Oh, that doesn't reach these. D, D, that's a D. This is part of a CE pair. In fact, we've got a little X-wing that I don't think are resolved by knights moved from anywhere. Now, it's just these B's and D's. How are they going to get sorted? Right, now, surely I've got some relations. I've got C is bigger than D and C is bigger than E. How do I use that? C is bigger than E again here. Right, I use that here. C is bigger than E. So that deals with this deadly pattern. C is bigger than both D and E. One of B or... Come on. Just want to highlight these again. Is none of them resolved by the knight's move from or some ordinary sudoku vision? I don't think they are. That's so frustrating. Now, okay, maybe I should colour these against each other. Do I have two colours left over? I could do grey and bright blue. So if that's grey, those two are bright blue. Those two are grey. That's bright blue and that's grey. Now, C is bigger than bright blue. Yes, that's great. And C is also bigger than grey. So C is now bigger than both B and D. And we know it's bigger than E. And D is bigger than A. So C is the biggest letter of all. Is that right? C is bigger than both B and D there. It's bigger than E. And because D is bigger than A, C is the biggest of all. So we've got a digit, finally. After 26 minutes of this puzzle, I'm literally hoping that it's going to become fairly quick to fill in. And we'll see if I'm right. C is 9, though. And that cleared a bunch of fog. Didn't give us any cage totals, did it? Right, what does that do? Now, what other relations do we have? We have A bigger than E, D bigger than A. So these go in an order of D, A, E. Can we bring, yeah, a D is bigger than B as well. So A is bigger than E, and D is bigger than A. So, and D is also bigger than B. D has to be 8. Has to be, I think. So bother, but I don't know where the 8 goes up here. Maybe that is going to teach me something. 8 in all of those. Now, we've still got A is bigger than E. So A is 7 or 6, and E is 6 or 5. This is so strange, isn't it? I'm not sure I've got any other utterly useful relationships. And yet, how do I approach the 1, 2, 3, 4s if I can't finish off the orange? Oh, hang on. Both B and D are bigger than A. So A is 7. That's got to be. There. No, sorry, A is 5. B and D are 6 and 7, and A is 5. That's got to be right. Good old box 6. So they're all, A's are all 5s, and now we get some totals. And E, don't we know what E is? Hang on. No. I don't think I've done that right. B and D include 8 and something else, and I'm saying they're both bigger than A, but A is bigger than something else. I don't know how I cleared fog if I got that wrong, but anyway. Both B and D, which include 8, are bigger than A, but A is bigger than E. Surely A has to be 6 and E has to be 5. That's better. And then B and D can both be bigger than A. That's right. A is 6. E is 5. We clear the fog again that way. E is 5. What's happening there? I'm in the wrong mode. Right. E is 5. And B and D are 8 and 7. Right. Well, we've got this cage now, 5 and 2. And that 2 sees all of those cells. Oh, but we don't know its color. But it must be, yeah, this is a set of 1, 2, 3, 4. So the one that is 2 is there. And these don't have a 2 in. And these don't have a 2 in. And these, green and red, don't have a 2 in anywhere. So wherever I know it's green or red, it's not a 2. Now, what about this? This is either 8, 3 or 7, 4. So this blue is 3 or 4. And one of these is a 1, so that's not a 1. 3 or 4 is yellow or purple. Now I'm really getting confused. B and D are 8 and 7. And B is 7 because D was 8, honestly. Why don't I just do the easy stuff? B is 7. And BD are a 7, 8 pair. This is right. And I'm not afraid to say so. Oh, what's happening? Get off. It's not doing what I'm expecting. No, total fail. I must have hit numlock or something. I hope I haven't botched up any particular cells. There we go. Okay, 7 and 8. Now, this is still Nothing has changed here, unsurprisingly. There is no relationship between these 8s and 7s to tell me which way round they are. This is 1, 3, or... I mean, how am I going to do the rest of these little digits and these when this cage remains cruelly ambiguous? Right, one of those is a 1, so purple and yellow are from 2, 3, and 4, and definitely include 2. I'm going to have to work out one of these blooming things. Oh, this can't... No, that can be a 4. This can't be a 4 now, because that would neither function as a V or a greater than sign. So we either go... What about this one? I don't think it can be a 3, because how would that work on this pairage? No, it wouldn't. If it's a... Yeah, I think that we've got 2 ways that this wheel works, which is actually a bit annoying. Now, this is either a 4-1 pair or... It's not a 3-1 pair. There is, because of that, there's definitely a 4 there. So there's no 4 here. There's definitely a 4 here. If that was a 4, this would be a 1. How is this not done? I'm so messing this up somehow. No, these 7/8s are going to get resolved by that. And therefore I'm going to have to resolve this first in this box, I think. Or have I got more with 2s? I mean, these 2s don't reach anywhere by knight's move. Those 2s put a... they put a 2 in one of these cells. Because there is a 2 in one of those. So there is a 2 in one of those. So that's not a 2. That doesn't actually change anything from where I was a moment ago. One of these is a 2. Green is never a 2. I don't know. Those 2 are the same. So that is 1, 2, or 3. Now, 4 is in, I don't know what colour. 1 is in red or green. So anything not red or green can't be a 1 like that. Oh my goodness, I'm so lost at the moment. I was making great progress in a way. This digit, yellow, is in one of those 2. And it's there and there. No, not necessarily there. It's there. And obviously it's here. Now, therefore it must be in one of these 2 cells, yellow. If it's there, it's not in those 2. That one sees both of those. No, hang on. If it's there, it's not. No, yellow is here. So it's not in that cell. I think I can also prove that's not yellow, because that would rule yellow out of anywhere in box 5. So one of these 2 is yellow, and they both see that cell, which is therefore not yellow. Why doesn't that do anything? I'm just a little stuck now. Nearly there, but a little stuck. This can't go 4, 3. No, well, it's not trying to. 4, 2, 3, 1. That's so annoying that that works. So that digit, which isn't on these, is definitely here. Oh, and it's definitely here. That digit sees all of those cells. So it's got to be that. So it's green. Well, this could be huge. That's been available forever. That digit in row 1 has to be here. So that's green, that's red. Now, green, oh, I don't know. One of those is green, one of those is red. That's not what I wanted. Looking down here though, that's green in the central box. And that's green in row 4, because that one sees that by ninths move. So once that's green, on the wheel here, that's green. And that's all the greens done. This might be helpful, but we will see. That's red. Now, red. Red is there. These are definite reds. So that must be red in this box. It's the only way. That one sees those two and that one sees that, yes. So that's red and that's not red, that's yellow. This is going to be good. So that's yellow in the middle box. This is going to be good. Come on, be good. Red sees that cell, so that's red, that's purple. I've got them all marked in the last 6 rows, so it's just up here and these two. No, these two as well to go, but we can do that now. Purple sees both of those by knight's move, so that's purple. That fixes that as not purple, so yellow is 2. These two are purple. Yellow is there, red is there. That colours all of the little cells. And all the yellows are 2s. Oh, hang on, I haven't done these. That's red, that's yellow. Okay, that's better. All the yellows are 2s. That's my latest claim. Now, this, okay, that can't be a 2. Green is now 1 or 3. Ah, green is 1 or 3. Doesn't that fix anything? Purple is 3 or 4. Let's look on this wheel. That can't, no, it could be 4. Oh, bother. Red is 1, 3 or 4. Come on, what are you doing, Mark? Oh my goodness. Oh. I do beg your pardon with my oven alarm. I thought I'd be finished. I hoped I'd be finished. I didn't know. It doesn't look like I will be. I'm nearly finished, but I've still got this blooming cage to determine. Once I see a relationship between 1, 3 and 4 on these wheels, we're done. That can't be 4, can it? Look at that arrow. Doesn't work. Excellent. So purple is 3. There we go. We are going to finish now. Purple is 3. In the cage, that's 8, and that's the grey 7. The grey 7 or 8. The other one is 7. There we go. That's the high digits all done. Green is now 1. And we are finished, and I will enjoy my lunch without my dinner without overcooking it. And these reds are 4s, and that is the solution. Wow. Okay. It looks good as far as I can tell. Which means that's why the fog wasn't clearing. Or that's why the fog was clearing, because the solution wasn't entered. So it didn't know that you were entering a correct digit, and it just let you assume it was. That's interesting. Anyway, let me just check these. 4, 3, 2, 1 and a 1, 4. That's fine. 4, 3, 2, 1 and a 1, 4. Now here it's different. 4, 2 and a 2, 3 is all right, and 3, 1 and a 1, 4 is all right. So they are different. 4, 2 and a 2, 3 and a 3, 1 and a 1, 4. Wow, there we go. That is the solution to what is quite an extraordinary puzzle in its way, and great fun. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.